tired. I'm just tired of fighting with it. Every time I got to restart my computer or restart the Streamlabs, it resets my camera. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. I finally got my movies or my books moved from my office, my old office, to my new office. The bottom two levels, there's two deep, and then the top is just one level. But that whole two section is Star Trek. But that's not why you came here at all. You came here for, that's how King Kong Lives goes, by the way. I saw this King Kong Lives. It was on YouTube. So I watched it on YouTube. And let me just say right off the bat that I've never hated a movie more in my life. With a passion. I got halfway through it, couldn't take it any longer, so I put the replay speed to 2x. Is this even it? It is. This is the worst movie I have ever seen in my life. I would rather go watch Hangar 18, see that review. I'd rather go watch Hangar 18 every day for the rest of my life than to watch this thing again. This is the most jacked up. Words fail me. It's so bad. This is 1986. It's PG-13. It's an hour and 45 minutes. They tried to cram 6 hours into an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes movie. It's just the worst. It's the absolute worst. And it starts you off with a little bit. There's a reason I never heard of this before. It starts you off with some hope because the very beginning is from 1976 King Kong, where they're killing Kong. He's on the top of the Empire State Building or whichever one is, and he dies and he falls to the ground in the middle of the street, and you just hear his heartbeat, and then it picks up from there. Switch to 1986. And I don't know what the timeline is for this. It doesn't matter. It's so stupid. So they've had King Kong in a coma in a warehouse. And they're going to give him spoilers, by the way. Who cares? No, don't ever watch this movie. I'm doing it for you. They need to give him an artificial heart operation. They need to give him a fake heart for Kong, which the heart is probably the size of a Volkswagen bus. This thing is massive. Why does he need a new heart when Dr. Linda Hamilton, said his heart's fine. His heart's perfect. It's his blood. He's been comatose too long. So not his heart. So let's give him a heart transplant. And that's where it just jumps off the rails. There's that great skit from Jordan Key and Peele about Gremlins 2 in the writer's room. And it's exactly what this movie reminded me of. Kong 76 is probably, of all the King Kong things I've seen, my favorite one, because it's a serious film. It's King Kong, but it's serious. It's a mystery. It's discovery. It's amazing. I haven't seen it in probably 30 years, right? So I need to go back and watch that again. But I always remembered watching it, how much I freaking loved King Kong in that movie. Every other movie adaptation with Kong, I'm going to make another video on that. I can't stand what they've done with Kong in Hollywood. But anyway, so it's a serious film, and I thought, okay, cool, King Kong Lives. What's going on here? And it instantly went stupid, campy, no plot, but the plot's all over the place. King Kong gets his heart transplant, wakes up. They found a female gorilla Kong size in some guy. He literally is walking his donkeys or his mules across the river, lays down to take a nap in the weeds, and it's a female Kong hand. And so they capture him, and they capture her, they bring her back to the States. And then King Kong gets his heart, and he smells her, because apparently they're only 10 miles apart, or a mile apart, whatever. They escape. They're off in the wilderness. Apparently they get freaky because she gets pregnant, has a baby. Military, for some reason, is the most evil people on the planet and want to kill Kong, although he has done absolutely nothing in this movie to warrant any kind of aggression from anything or anybody. It's just hateful military being hateful military because stupid writing. Absolutely the worst writing. This movie, I can't hate it enough. Kong dies in the end, we assume, but he gets to hold his son, who fits in the palm of his hand like a human size. Mama Kong is King Kong size. She gives birth to a preemie, which pops out and is just full of emotion and human size. It should have been bigger, but I digress. This movie was just a blatant attempt in my mind to see they had a budget, they had money, they used the budget, they used the money. The CG was crazy. It was good in some parts, it was stupid in other parts. The writing was absolutely atrocious. The characters were the worst on the planet. Linda Hamilton. This is 1986. I don't know when Terminator hit and really put Linda Hamilton on the map. I don't even care to look at it right now. Let's look at it right now. But let's rate it real quick. I'm going to give this a 1. If I could give it a half, I would. I'm going to give it a 1. This has where she is, Linda Hamilton. When was Terminator? Terminator 1984. This was after Terminator? She did Terminator in 84. King Kong Lives is in 86. I refuse to believe that she jumped from the set of Terminator, went over and started filming King Kong Lives. This had to have been done before that. Her acting in this was just the absolute worst. Everybody's, but hers especially. And why is she so quick to take her top off? In front of absolute strangers, took her top off. You'll just see her bare back, but then there's a part where apparently they had sex in a sleeping bag, and there's a flash of her boobs, and you're just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like I said, nobody watched this. This is the worst. I need to get a light. This is the worst movie ever made, in my opinion, that I've ever seen so far, and I've seen thousands of movies. I would rather watch, I said, Hangar 18, The Philadelphia Experiment, any other movie I reviewed that has a 1. I can't rate this low enough for all things, on all levels. It was the worst. There you go. There's your under 10-minute review of King Kong Lives. Forget this exists. Don't go watch it. I read the comments in the YouTube, like, I'm so glad you're showing this because I remember it's just when Kong gets this, I cried and I wept. I'm like, well, you go see your psychiatrist immediately. Emergency call. It's the worst. All right. Next one. Don't watch this, please. You'll do the world a favor.